Well, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to, I think this is 58 or something of my Let's Play Doki Doki Blue Skies. In the previous episodes, Natsuki got introduced to the character's mother in the game, Mom C. And then we had to make by far the most difficult decision in the game so far, which was very unfortunate because, again, Natsuki is my least favorite character in the game, so I would have loved to have such a difficult decision to be made on one of the other routes, on Yuri's route or Sayori's route, because I like them a lot more than Natsuki, but alright. The choice was give her all my 25,000 yen and then spend the rest of the time working so I could financially support myself. You know, that would help her money problems and then I could still survive and stuff. But the downside would be that I would have to work so much that I would have to leave the club and then have essentially no interactions with Natsuki or Yuri or Monika or Sayori ever. Because I would have to spend all my time working. So it was like high risk, high reward, but I initially thought, yes, I will give her the money, but eventually I was like, yeah, no, I'm not giving her the money. It wouldn't solve anything in the long run. It would solve things temporarily, maybe, if she accepted, because there's also a possibility that Natsuki would get ridiculously mad and then just leave, knowing Natsuki. So it could just, so you know, like, in the end, I do think that not just, like, yeah, you know, it wouldn't solve anything. I mean, temporarily it would, but in the long run it wouldn't. And then they're still in the problems a few months later, and I'm still working as hard as I can because I don't have any money anymore, you know, so yeah. Mark, do you have a moment? Oh yeah, and we also confided in Monika with that knowledge before we made the decision to do that. I put down the manga that I'm reading and look curiously at the chestnut-haired president in front of me. Sure thing. Monika looks around and motions me to follow her. She walks over to the closet and I trail behind her. So I know this was a while ago, but what exactly happened with you and Sayori? Oh right, that. I really wish I wasn't having this conversation right now. I've been trying to put Sayori and I's falling out, but falling out? What the hell happened there? It's probably because it was my fault we're not friends. What the fuck? What the hell happened there? Well, she came over to my house on Valentine's Day and we were hanging out, but then Natsuki came over and some stuff happened between us. She seemed really bummed out and we haven't talked since. What? What? Hang on, no, what? No, that's not true. What the fuck are you talking about? I literally just brought Sayori to my home in the previous episode and we were talking and like nothing was wrong. What the fuck is going on? Did she talk to you about it all? What? Oh no, Sayori didn't say anything. I had just noticed you two haven't been talking, that's all. Yeah, I think she resents me now to be— What the fuck happened there? Well, resent is a strong word, but I could understand why she wouldn't exactly be raring to talk to you again. You left her for Natsuki after all. But she's my girlfriend, and Sayori is your best friend. Which one do you think is more important? Oh, this is a rhetorical question, isn't it? Should I answer anyway? I guess it can't be helped. Well, I do think a best friend is more important. I can tell by Monika's facial expression that that's the answer she was looking for. But I mean, look at her, she doesn't even want to talk to me. Monika and I both glanced at Sayori, who's sitting at the desk near the front of the room. She's looking out the window, staring at nothing. Do you plan on talking to her? I mean, yeah, when she's in a better mood. What the fuck? What happened? No, you can't just skip over that bullshit. We literally, like, 2 days ago, or in the previous episode, but like, in game time, 2 days ago, we were like completely best friends, fine, nothing worries. What the hell happened there? I'm still conflicted about whether or not I should talk to Sayori. I do want to be friends with her, of course, but at the same time I also want to spend time with Natsuki. Not to mention, I don't really want to face the music with Sayori. Cowardly, I know. I'd like to be able to help, but unfortunately now is it really the best time? That's fine. What are we doing today anyway? Glad you asked. Monika clears her throat. Okay everyone, I have a quick announcement. What the fuck? I'm seriously, like what? You can't just glance over that bullshit. We literally were friends like in the previous episodes. We literally just hung out, you can't just drop that on me. Like, oh yeah, by the way, all of a sudden, like, you can't just ignore that happens. I mean, what? With exams coming up, I decided that today we'll forego book talks and just have a study hall. Is that alright with everyone? Oh, well, yes, I guess so. I had a really good novel too. I know. But Mark and I really have a lot of homework. Right, Mark? Yep, I do suppose a study session would be good. Yeah, probably. I don't want to fail. That's the spirit, guys. Well, let's get to it. We split up into two different groups. Yuri, Monika and Sayori at the front, while Natsuki and I occupied the desk near the back. Hey Natsuki, how's your day been so far? Alright I guess. You? It's been alright, yeah. I'm actually pretty thankful Monika turned this into a study session, because I'm kinda lagging behind with my homework. I was actually excited for the book talks this week. I found this really good series about a high schooler who is secretly a psychic. Really? Do you have it with you? Yeah, one sec. Natsuki rummages through her bag, then pulls out a familiar looking manga. Oh yeah, I've read this one before, it's really good. You get to the end yet? No? What happens? I won't spoil anything, but I guarantee you're not going to enjoy it. What? Why? Does somebody die or something? You'll see. No, of course no one dies. It's a comedy after all. It just ends a big cliffhanger. Or rather, ended on a big cliffhanger. It's been over a couple months now. I'm still mad about it ending, but what can you do? Hey, are you paying attention? Huh? What? Natsuki scoffs. I said, do you have any of the other volumes I can borrow? I don't want to waste my money on manga. Yeah, you can come over to read the other volumes sometime. Why don't you ever go to the library, by the way? There's plenty of manga there too. Are you joking? I can't check out manga where everybody can see me. Oh, I mean, I guess. Well, that works out anyway. Now I get to spend more time with my cute girlfriends. Hey, don't just say that kind of thing in public. Just imagine us reading together, alone, no parents in sight. You dummy! Haha. If you don't want me to tease you, then stop acting so cute. I want to say I love you to her. I want to so bad. But I can't do it here, not in front of everyone. Especially not in front of Sayori. I'll just have to do it later. Yeah, what the fuck? No! Just no! Just pretending that happens all of a sudden? Literally in the previous episode I was super happy cheery with Sayori, and now all of a sudden they're suggesting that I've never talked to her since Valentine's Day? That's just complete bullshit. You can't just drop that on me. The fuck? Oh, would you look at that? The sun's out. Nice weather for a Monday. On a day like this, I'd usually walk with Sayori, but we really haven't talked much since Valentine's Day. That's not fucking true. If you don't count the club, we haven't talked at all. That's not fucking true either. I literally brought her to my house in the previous episode. Yeah, it's uncomfortable that we're not really friends anymore. You can't just drop that shit on me. We were best friends. We were on Valentine's Day, we were after Valentine's Day, and now all of a sudden we are not? No, you can't just drop that bullshit on me. I need to see that happen. And also you can't just ignore the fact that I literally just brought her home last time. But that kind of stuff happens. High school is like... You asshole, don't you dare. I do have Natsuki though, which is really nice. Although I will admit, I'm starting to enjoy time to myself. I never thought I'd ever say that. But here we are, months after I joined the club, so I wouldn't feel lonely. It's kinda ironic actually. You see, today's my last day at the club. Whoa, hey, whoa, hang on a minute, what the hell? Since I decided to work harder to support Natsuki, I talked to my boss and got more hours so I could support myself. My hope is that I'll become more responsible, even if it screws with my plans in the short term. In the long run, it'll be for the best. No, what the hell? I chose to... Keep the money, I said. Okay, well, I guess in the end it doesn't matter. Okay. It wasn't an easy choice, mind you. I want to help her in any way I can. And honestly, as important as the club is to me, I feel like it's time to put Natsuki first. My new schedule starts tomorrow, mainly because I wanted to say goodbye today. Yeah, it's sad, I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but it's for Natsuki. Besides, I'm finding myself becoming accustomed to being alone more and more. I'm not really sure why, in truth. But regardless, leaving the club is my only option. Okay, so my super difficult choice in the end didn't matter. Okay, cool. I spent all night thinking about how I'm going to break the news. At first I was considering something dramatic, gathering everybody together at the front of the room and stuff. But I opted for the simpler option instead. I'm just gonna talk to Monika about it. No big send-off, no unnecessary dramatics. Just a quick talk and I don't show up the next day. It's simple, and I'm still slightly nervous about it. Mostly just about how Natsuki will react. I have no doubt she'll be mad because I didn't tell her, which is totally my fault. But she knows exactly why I'm leaving, so it won't be a huge surprise. Why the hell does this second part feel so completely disconnected from the part that happened before? And also, why doesn't my choice matter in the end? I said, stay in the club, keep the money, but now I'm leaving the club anyway. Like, alright. I might as well give her the money then, you know? Like, if I'm going to spend all this time working to support myself, I guess I gave her the money then or something? I don't know. I'm curious how everyone will react though. Lucky me, because I've got the entire school day to think about it. Great. Ah, the final bell. Music to my ears. Now I can finally go to the club. I have a general idea of how everyone will react. That is, if Monika even mentions it to them today. If she doesn't in the club, I'll tell Natsuki about it afterwards. Mark, you dead or something? Well, I'm getting closer because my choices don't seem to matter nowadays. But what the hell was up with you, Sayori? Oh, hi Sayori, what's up? Nothing. I was about to go to my club, but then I noticed you were just sort of sitting there. Sorry, I was thinking to myself. Did you heading to your club? Where's that? The third year hallway. Really? That's where my club is too. Wanna walk with me? Sure, I've got nothing better to do. Alright then, let's get moving. You're in the literature club, right? Yep, although not for long. What? Are you dropping out to go play video games? I wish I got a job. Really? Good for you, Mark. I should probably get a job too. It's nice to have money on hand. Yeah. There's not many jobs around here though. That's the only problem. Where'd you get a job? I'm a cashier at a local shop. Ah. I'd prefer to have a job at a chain. It pays more. It depends on the place, I guess. I prefer more flexible hours over a slight increase in pay. Really? That's kinda dumb. I shrugged my shoulders. I'm alright with it, apparently. To each their own, I guess. Well, here's my stop. See you, Mark. Adios. When I open the door, I'm faced with the usual scene. Everyone's either working on homework or talking with each other. Luckily for me, Monika is just writing something at the front of the room. I walk up to her. Hey there, Mark. I didn't hear you walk in. Hey, Monika. You doing homework? No, I'm filling out a club form. A club forum. The school makes each club fill one out. Really? What's on it? Boring stuff like how we spend our time and if we plan to advertise and whatnot. It's a lot of like paperwork. I see. Well, if you have a moment, there's something I'd like to discuss with you. Is it important? Yeah. I just wanted to tell you that I've made my decision about what we discussed last week. Yeah. Even though I clicked a different option, but okay. Who cares? Monika takes a breath and sets aside the paperwork to look at me. Considering that you went on your way to talk to me, Can I infer your decision? Yeah, I'm really sorry. I know that's not what the club needs right now, but when I weighed up the options, that's all I really had. A wry smile flits across Monika's face for a moment. Well, to be honest, that's what I expected you to do. You're really going through with this then? Yeah, I'm sure about it. I literally selected the other option, but okay, don't care. I'm sorry. Monika sighs. It's alright. I understand why you have to leave. But I'm still sad that you're leaving. Yeah, I'm not exactly thrilled about it either. I really like it here, but there's nothing I can really do. Well, yeah, that's true, because I clicked the exact opposite option to what's happening right now. Monika nods her head. I see. When do you have to leave? Because our boss and I start working more hours tomorrow. Tomorrow? Aw. I was gonna throw a going away party. I chuckle. Thanks, but that's really not necessary. Are you sure we can have a small one right now? I'm sure. It's best not to make a big fuss about it. If you insist. We didn't have anything major planned for today. As a celebration of your last day, we can do whatever you want today. I kinda just want to read, to be honest. Alright, that works. I'll try not to let anyone bother you today. Much appreciated. Monika goes back to filling on that form while I sit down near the front of the room. I rummage through my backpack till I find the manga volume I started reading last night. It's an old series I finished a while back, but it's always nice to go back and reread a series from time to time. About 5 minutes pass by before I notice Monika talking to the other girls. They glance over at me, then look back at each other. I can't read their facial expressions exactly, but I can assume what Monika's telling them. Well, they were gonna find out one way or another. I shrug my shoulders and continue reading. Man, it's almost been an hour already. Well, Monika did promise that I wouldn't be disturbed, so I guess I was able to just immerse myself and completely lose track of time. The sound of the other girls packing up their stuff prompts me to do the same. As I head for the door, a voice calls out my name. Wait, Mark? Yeah? Don't go just yet, we have something for you. I back up and walk to the front of the room, where all the girls are standing. What's up? Oh, don't act dumb. You know what this is about. Right. We just wanted to say we were really glad that you joined the club. You stuck with us through thick and thin, and that means a lot. Yuri and Natsuki nod their heads. Yuri just sort of stands there. It's unfortunate you have to leave, but it's for a very respectable cause. I wish you luck for your new career. Thanks, Yuri. You better not be leaving forever. No, not forever. It's a temporary thing right now. It better be. I shake my head and chuckle. Fingers crossed I'll be back next school year. If there is a literature club next year, that is. Of course there'll be. We're not graduating just yet, after all. True enough. I glance at the clock. Well, I guess it's about that time. Thanks for everything, guys. I'll see you around. Bye, Mark. Thanks for sticking around. Best of luck, Mark. See you, Mark. And Sayori doesn't say anything. I wave one last goodbye and head out the door. Well, that was surprisingly sweet. I really thought of myself actually meaning that much to the girls. Never seemed like they were genuinely sad. Although, I still have a gut feeling Yuri and Monika were putting on an act for some reason. I'm not sure why I'm thinking that in truth. But I can't get that thought out of my head. I sigh. Well, what's done is done. The literature club is now officially in the past. For now, at least. But that's besides the point. What's important now is focusing on school and my job. Heh, Natsuki was right. I do sound like an adult. For all the good it's done me. Okay, so my choices don't matter. Okay, cool. Or is this because I accidentally, well not accidentally, but because I first clicked on donate money and then clicked on no, don't donate the money. Like, is that why? Like, you've clicked on it once and now the game is automatically going to continue with it? Ah, Sunday, finally. Today's the day Natsuki and I can finally hang out. Since I work every weekday and Saturday, my boss forced me to take Sunday off. With the exams coming up, I'll gladly take a day off to study or do homework. Not today though. I made an effort to get all my homework done yesterday, so I wouldn't be stressing out about it today. Natsuki went and got her own job to support her dad, so now we rarely hang out due to schedule conflicts. We've mainly been talking over text, and if we see each other in the hall. Which only means today is extra special. She said she'll be here sometime around 1, which is in about 5 minutes. Luckily, I took the liberty of cleaning up my room yesterday, so I don't have to worry about that. I meander through my room till I feel the vibration in my pocket. It's a text from Natsuki. I'm here! Cool, 1 sec. I don't know why she couldn't just ring the doorbell, but regardless. I head downstairs to let her in. Hey stranger! It hasn't been that long. How's the literature club been? Kinda boring. Without you. Miss me that much, huh? I playfully nudge her, but to my surprise she doesn't fire back. Yeah. I didn't expect it to be so uncharacteristically solemn, so for a moment there's a touch of awkwardness in the air. Anyway, I bought us some bentos, so come on in. Oh, you did? Hell yeah! After hanging up her coat, she heads straight for the kitchen, walks up to the fridge and grabs the big bento box without any hesitation. Always direct and to the point, huh? Before I know it, she's pulling out the utensils and cups for the soy sauce. You sure know your way around my kitchen? No duh. I don't even know how many times I've baked stuff in here, let alone ate food. You make a fair point. So what are we doing? That's a good question. It's up to you, really. I'm okay with anything. In that case, we're watching the Parfait Girls anime. No, I finished that last week. How about we see if that manga with the psychic kid has an anime? Oh, that's a good idea, actually. From what I heard, the manga's pretty popular. There's a good chance that an anime adaptation exists. Well, we can only hope. We both walk into the living room and sit down on the couch. Turn on the TV and hand the remote to Natsuki, who searches for the series we want. Sure enough, there's an anime adaptation. 3 seasons? That's a score! Without a doubt. Natsuki puts on the first episode. We both sit back and eat our bentos as we watch the TV. Almost an hour passes before Natsuki and I finally decide to take a break. We got through maybe 3 episodes of the anime, which, by the way, is really damn good. A bit fast-paced for my taste, but still a good show nonetheless. So how's your job going? It's actually going really well. I got a pay raise the other day. Really? How much? 15 yen an hour. Oh, that's not that much. Yeah, but I haven't really been working for that long. Besides, I'll take what I can get. Natsuki nods her head. So, you got a job? Where? Oh yeah, I've been meaning to tell you about that. Ha, don't tell me you got a job at the same place. Geez, who do you think I am? Your stalker? Well, I wouldn't mind if we could spend more time together. Even couples need some time apart. Although she says that as if pouting, she can't help but smile from breaking out on her face. Anyway, if it's not my place, where is your new job at? Yeah, about that. Okay, promise me you won't get mad. Why would I get mad? Maybe mad is the wrong word, but I know you'll feel weird about it. Just tell me so I can know if I should feel weird or not. Jeez, calm down. I started working at my dad's shop again. Having to stock the shelves, running the register. The stuff I did before. Oh, really? She was right, I do feel weird about it. Does that mean you and your dad are on better terms now? Well, I don't know if I'd say that we're on good terms, but I feel really bad for not doing anything to help, you know? I mean, even you have a job and you don't even need to be doing that. Plus, I don't want to have to rely on other people for help. You see, that is why, yeah. And that is why I didn't want to... That is why I did the other option, but alright. I want to be able to be more independent. Don't get me wrong, anything you're saying makes perfect sense, but I'm just worried. Considering, well, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I told you that was a one-time thing. Did you not believe me? She frowns at me, picking at the hem of her shirt. No, of course I believe you, but I'm still concerned about your safety overall. And either way, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. but I can't exactly ask for this much help, even from you. Actually, especially not from you. I don't want to be a burden, so... Natsuki, you're never a burden. I just don't want to see you get hurt. I'm perfectly fine. You worry about me too much, dummy. Seeing Natsuki blush like that, I can't help but smile. Sorry, I know that is annoying. No, it's fine. She inches closer to me. I don't mind. I extend my arm out slowly, and ensuring that Natsuki knows what I'm doing. She doesn't move away, so I put my arm around her and gently pull her towards me. After Natsuki told me about her dad beating her, I realized why she had been so opposed to physical contact. Of course, I also realized that Natsuki was lying about her dad hitting being a one-time thing. Now, I know I'm no therapist or psychologist or whatever, but I think it's reasonable to assume that a person would be opposed to physical contact if they've been assaulted multiple times. Someone acting like Natsuki did from only one time, it seems like a stretch, to be honest. Especially considering she was acting that way before I found out about the one time. Regardless, I never brought it up with her for obvious reasons. Probably best to keep it that way too. The conversation trails off from there, leaving Natsuki and I sitting shoulder to shoulder. Eventually, she rests her head on my shoulder. My left hand locks with my right, and we take turns squeezing each other's hands. It's not exactly what I pictured cuddling to be, but it's making my heart rate skyrocket nonetheless. Hey Mark? Yeah? I know we haven't talked much lately, but... I love you. I chuckle. I love you too, Natsuki. How long do you think we'll be like this? What do you mean exactly? How long do you think we'll be dating? Well, there's the hopeful answer and there's the realistic answer. Which one do you want? Realistic, duh. Alright. It depends, really. I've never been in a relationship before, so I have no idea what happens the longer it lasts. But I'm sure whatever comes up can be solved if we're honest and communicating with each other, right? Sounds about right. For someone who is supposedly never dating anyone, you sure know a lot. I'm just going off of advice from Mom. Yeah, she seemed really smart. Are you and Sayori still friends? Sayori? We haven't talked since Valentine's Day, that's not true, but alright. Why? Just wondering. So... Yeah? What do you want to do now? Let's watch more anyway, I guess. Sounds good to me. Come on, Natsuki. Be the greater person and force me to rekindle with Sayori. Come on. I would love this ride a lot more if that happened. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Sayori. How is it going? Not too bad. Exams are coming up, so I spend most of my time studying. Quite the party animal lifestyle you lead, huh? Psst, like you're attending raves every weekend. We both share a laugh. Anyway, how about you? Same old, same old. I guess it's good to keep busy, but my job is eating up so much of my free time, it kinda sucks. You should ask for some time off then. You said your boss is lenient, so maybe he'll understand. I don't know, maybe. You know, I was thinking about getting a job after you told me you got one, but I figured it was better to wait until after exams. Way too stressful otherwise. Yeah, that's probably the smarter choice. Don't do what I did, haha. Where are you thinking of getting a job? Yeah, probably a supermarket chain or something. Let me guess, better pay? Oh, you bet. Also, the door bursts open and a disheveled-looking Sakurai hurries through and heads for his desk. Good morning, everyone. Take your seats. We have a lot to do today. So let's get right into it. Today we're starting a new project, a research project to be specific. The classroom simultaneously voices their displeasure. I know. Trust me, it's the last thing I want to grade. But regardless, school curriculum says that we have to do a research project. So, this is going to be both a research project and a presentation. You're going to work with a partner that I think you'll work well with. So yes, there's a good chance you'll be with your friends. There's a general murmur of excitement. I do warn you, don't make me regret that decision. Moving on. I'll be assigning each group a topic, which will be the focus of your project. One person does the paper, the other does the presentation. Once I assign groups, I'll give you the paper with specifics. Capiche? Yes, sir. Good. Now, for the groups. Since we're odds, there will be one group of 3. That group is going to be Sayori, Emmy, and Mark, of course. I really thought that for some... I know she's not my class, but I really thought for some reason I was going to be in a group with Sayori. And I was kind of hoping that I would be, but... Alright, fine. Sakurai looks at the 3 of us. Does that work for you guys? Yep. Sounds good. Alright, as far as everyone else, Sakurai lists off the remaining pairs of partners. Once he's finally done, he hands out the instructions for the project and lets us get to work. Sayori immediately calls Emmy and I over. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns? What are we talking? Oh, is this about Roman history? What? Or is that a reference that I don't get? I guess it's a reference that I don't get, but alright. I'm glad it wasn't just me who was thinking that. Haha. Sorry guys. You're a good 100 years off. Looks like we're covering the German invasion of the Soviet Union! Hang on. About to give all the German kids nightmares right now. We bring glory to the Red Army. Alright, anyway. You will die here like Napoleon's army! You died to Soviet might! Do we have to do a war? It is the Great Patriotic War, comrades! There's nothing more noble than defending the motherland. Considering it was assigned to us, yeah, we have to. It won't be that bad. No, of course, it's the best. It's the great war of freedom, comrades. So is the project just like the war as a whole, or let me look? Her eyes glaze over the instruction sheet. Key figures and key battles. Ah, yes, Stalingrad. The city that changed the war, or the battle that changed the war. Speaking of that, who's gonna do the research paper? There's 3 of us, so we can't split it up evenly. But I think we should have 2 of us do the presentation and the other do the paper. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm not the greatest public speaker, so would you guys mind doing the presentation? I was just about to suggest that actually. I mean, not just me playfully. Chicken? Well, you are what you eat. Haha. Well, that's settled then. Keep working on the paper while Emmy and I will handle the presentation. Sounds good to me. Alright, let's do this. Yes, it's time to get going, comrades! Man, today was exhausting. Not only did I have the history project, but also had a bunch of quizzes. You're missing a biscuit! Stealing is not the Soviet way, comrades! I should have said it to Natsuki, to be honest. Some were harder than others, but I still think I did alright. It was a nice distraction for what's been on my mind recently. Not Natsuki, somehow. Not the fact that my childhood friend is not my friend anymore. Which is a pretty big deal, because it happened out of absolute nowhere, because that wasn't the case at all a few days before that a revelation was presented to me. I pass her in the hallways sometimes, and I got to say, she's looking better. But that's not what's worrying me. We haven't hung out outside of school in almost 2 weeks now, due to scheduling conflicts. In addition to that, we have been barely texting each other. We're drifting apart. It keeps reminding me of when Sayori and I first drifted apart near the start of my first year. But that was different, mainly because Sayori and I were just friends. Best friends, but friends nonetheless. Natsuki's my girlfriend, for crying out loud, which is why our lack of communication has been worrying me. Oh yeah, don't care! You just don't care about Sayori, do you? Fucking asshole. And I'm not even talking about Yuri. I mean, I can kind of forgive that in this route, because in this route this guy never got close to Yuri. So I can kind of like keep my eyes closed on that one for that, you know. But still, like, you know, he doesn't. So you know, he never got to meet or properly be friends with Yuri. So I kind of understand why he decides, like, why Yuri is not that much of a big deal at this point. On his mind, I can understand. But Sayori, come on! I heavily defended her during that Valentine's argument, which I still think is the correct option because, you know, fucking hell, it's Sayori. You know, I hung out. In the beginning of this ride, I spent all my time hanging out with Sayori. I hang out with her. I got lunch with her. I sat with her with lunch, where she told me she loved the Roman Empire, all that type of stuff. And now he just doesn't care a single bit. I mean, I understand that your girlfriend is important, but how the hell can you just switch it off like that? You can't. Well, you can, but don't expect. But then, you know, they won't want to talk with you either. But still, I find it very weird, because this part seems extremely disconnected from what happened before, so I don't know. It's a bit strange. Maybe I'm being a bit overdramatic. I'm acting like this week has been terrible, but it really hasn't. Plenty of good things have happened this week. So why does the negativity feel so overbearing? I'm home. Hey Mark, how was school? Mom coming home before being one of them. It was alright, nothing out of the ordinary, and I've got to get ready for work soon. Oh, when does your shift start? 4:30. So I normally leave around 4:15. Do you want a little something right now, or do you want dinner when you get back? When I get back, if that's not too inconvenient. I'm not really hungry right now. Alright. How's Natsuki? I just sort of shrugged my shoulders. Uh-oh, trouble in paradise? I guess. That wasn't a very convincing response. How do I phrase it? I'm just a bit concerned about our relationship, because we haven't been talking much. Has she been ignoring you? No, it's not that. We just don't text or hang out with each other anymore. I see. Well, Mike, what do you think you should do? I don't know. Do you want to keep dating her? Yeah. Does she want to keep dating you? Yeah. Are you sure? Trust me, Mom, you can tell when Natsuki doesn't want to talk with you. That's true. I'll take your word on that. But to me, it sounds like you two are just drifting apart. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Don't worry, sweetheart, it's natural. You guys are high schoolers. It's not uncommon for you guys to have schedule conflicts. In the end, though, it's up to you to decide if you want to work around those conflicts so you can spend time together. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Good. Just make sure that you really think about what you want to do. I hear ya. I'm gonna go get changed. You should take a quick shower too, you smell. Hey! After making a face at her, I head upstairs with what little dignity I have left. In my room, I start to get ready to take a shower. Suddenly, a thought comes to me. I grab my phone on my desk and open up the messages app. I open up my conversation with Natsuki. I sigh. Hey. Hi, how are you doing? Alright, I guess. I wanted to talk to you about something. What? You haven't talked much recently because of work. Yeah, true. So I was thinking. I pause, almost not wanting to follow through with what I'm about to do. Oh god, what are you doing now? Taking a breath and closing my eyes for a moment, I relive some of the moments I'd spent with her as I bite my lip. I slowly type the rest of the sentence. Okay, maybe we should go back to friends till our schedules work together again. Okay. Again. What the hell? Why is this second part of this act so disconnected from what happened before? What the hell? Natsuki's typing. It takes longer than her standard lightning fast replies. Maybe she's mulling it over. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Alright then. I got work. See you around. I got work too. See ya. With that, I put my phone down. I think that was the right move. Okay, again, I couldn't even make a choice this time. Thinking about it, even if I quit my job and rejoin the club, Natsuki will still be working all the time. Considering we've been, or rather were dating for 3 months, going back to a school-only relationship doesn't seem worth it. It's only temporary though. I hope. Yeah, well. In contrast to the nervousness I felt earlier, I'm now left with a sense of loss. Will I even be able to face the club? What about Sayori? With my mind cluttered, I eventually make my way to work just in time to start. Oh god, why the hell do I hear sad music? And the same to you. As the customer walks out, I wave them off. The little convenience store has been busy today, but I'm not complaining. I grimace to myself around as another customer walks in, pursuing our wares. Welcome. My obligatory welcome out of the way, I take a free moment to rearrange and restock a couple shelves before returning to the register to serve the customer. It's a little old lady. After some milk. Okay. She's hunting down some milk. She's a regular, who I'd gotten to know quite well, as much as I certainly didn't know to. She could talk the ears off of an elephant, as the saying might go. After scanning through her milk, she hands me some cash before her expression changes. Mark, you've been having a rough day, haven't you? Oh, is it the wise old sage who knows my trouble? No, not at all. We've just been busy. I'm fairly certain that she can see through my facade. I haven't perfected my customer service face just yet. I don't think you've been that busy. Half of the shelves are empty. And with you staring off into space, they aren't going to fill themselves. Before I had a chance to decide whether the old lady's reprimanding me or just concerned, she continues. If you don't want to talk about it, that's alright. What the fuck, I'm getting advice from some random old lady? But it's not good to keep those emotions boiled up. Whatever's bothering you, you know it's only temporary. I wouldn't pry if I didn't think it was serious, mind you. Strength is not keeping things hidden away. Real strength comes from trust. Trust in your friends and in your family. But more than that, it comes from being decisive. If you don't make your own decisions, well, it doesn't matter if your decisions get ignored, because that's what happened, old lady. Life doesn't always turn out the way you want it to, of course, but it doesn't mean you've failed. You can always look at it from another perspective or try again. As much as she tends to drone on, for once I find myself intently listening to her advice. If you could glean that much just from my expression, then the powers of deduction must be terrifying to behold. As the thought of the old lady dressing me up in a bat costume. What? At the thought of the old lady dressing up in a bat costume, a smile crosses my face. Maybe it isn't so bad after all. Why the hell is she? Is she secretly Batman? The hell? Yeah, well, if your choices don't matter because the game has other plans for you, then, you know, that doesn't help that much. But yeah, this route is... What kind of dumpster fire is this route? I guess I'm going towards the bad ending because I'm not dating Natsuki anymore. I'm not friends with Sayori somehow. That just randomly happened, even though there was no leading up to it, because we talked it out, it was fine. I literally brought Sayori home with me a little earlier, and then immediately the next scene after, we're not friends anymore, and we haven't been talking, even though a couple minutes earlier we literally were talking, so it just randomly happens. And you know, I'm not in the club anymore, I'm not seeing Monika, not seeing Yuri, not seeing Sayori, not seeing Natsuki. I don't think this is going very well, but alright. And also, I literally made every single choice to be with Sayori in the early stages of this route. So how the hell is this not going well? Like the hell? Anyway, I'll end it off here. Hope you always enjoyed the video. Click the like button if you did. Subscribe to join the Roman army, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valete.